Welcome and good evening. Studio name one, so you must bear with me while I'm making sure the cameras are all focused on me. Um, Sometimes I get so absorbed on the cameras, on setting things out, that I forget that I'm live on both platforms. And a very good evening to you, my fellow brethren, wherever you are watching or listening from. This is your evangelist Mangwende, and broadcasting live from my makeshift studio. It's a one-man job. I am the director, I am the videographer, I am the script writer, I am the presenter, I am the lighting specialist, the sound effects, video, picture effects, everything. One man studio, but zvinongoita zvakadaro najesu. So, every good evening and welcome again. And let us sit comfortably. And we always start, I've tried to make it a point that we start with mindfulness or we start with meditation so that we can bring our minds to the here and now before we start our talk. And we want to try and make it almost like 1 hour, as the Spirit leads, by the way. So we will do about 25 minutes, 25 minutes of guided meditation, and then we do our talk. And today we are going to talk about something that is very, very important. Please, can you share with your colleagues this video? We are going to talk about trauma. So share with friends if you know of someone who might have suffered some terrible things in their lives, and they might want to hear about, is there light at the end of the tunnel and how to deal with it. Please share with them, and they will come and listen. We're just going to do an intro of that. And the question that I've put there on my status earlier on is trauma. Can we prevent it? So we're going to talk about it as the Spirit leads. Zvinoita zvinenge zvichidiwa naMwari ndozvatinotaura pamusoro pezvazvo. So yes, let us sit comfortably. Always when we are going to do meditation, we try to sit comfortably. You can be sitting on a sofa, you can be sitting on a chair, you can be sitting on a cushion on the floor, you can be lying in bed. And if you are lying in bed, please just make sure you put yourself in a nice and comfortable position, not to cause you to sleep. I would prefer you lie on your back, facing upwards, with your hands right on your side, your palms facing upwards, or just by your side. And that position might help you to stay awake. If you fall asleep, please do not fight the sleep. Just continue to sleep mindfully or in a meditative state, and you will enjoy wonderful and awesome dreams. So, as always, I'm going to set a timer here for 20 minutes, and there we go. So, sitting comfortably, and by the way, I also practice this. I just don't talk about it. I practice it. So whenever I'm doing it, I'm giving instructions, I'm also practicing myself. And I will tell you, I practice mindfulness or meditation at least an hour a day. 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening. That's my standard. But there are times when I do practice in the afternoon, or sometimes when I just find an opportunity, I do meditate, I do practice mindfulness. Because the good thing about mindfulness is that Mindfulness, you can do it on the go, unlike meditation. Meditation, you've got to be seated, you've got to be somewhere silent, comfortable, quiet, with very little or no distractions, so that you can just focus your mind on nothing else but just be the mind, the body be the body, silent, quiet, and almost like there is zero interference. But with mindfulness is focusing on the present moment, what is happening. It can be your breath, it can be if you're walking, just counting your footsteps, or if you are making a cup of tea, if you're cooking, you're paying attention to the act that is in the present moment. So yes, sitting comfortably, and at this moment I would like you or encourage you to now close your eyes. Now as you close your eyes, I would like you to take in the first 3 regulating breaths, where you breathe in through your nose, you hold it a little bit, as long as it's comfortable for you, and you breathe out through your mouth, slowly, and at the end you can pause for as long as you want, and you take in another deep breath through the nose, and out through the mouth. In through the nose, and out through the mouth. And you can do it again if you want, but 3 breaths are good enough for you to empty and make your chest more relaxed. And as you're doing that, make sure you're just making every muscle in your body from head to toe relaxed. Now we want to make our body very, very still, and also our mind very still. And one way to do that is by first starting to check out how your body is doing, how stressed it is, how happy, joyful it is, how your body is feeling. So personally, I would start with my feet, being aware where they are touching the ground, touching the floor, the carpet, and generally checking their welfare by just moving them around. They've been carrying us around all day, standing, running, jumping, walking, driving. They've done a great job, and it's worth just checking how they are doing. As you go to your ankles, doing the same. To your calves, noticing the tensions, and if you note any tension, you take in a deep breath, squeeze the muscle a little bit, and as you breathe out, slowly just relax the muscle. You can say relax as you are releasing the muscle slowly and gently. As you move to your knees and your thighs, checking out how your thighs are doing. How are you? Your bum, those big muscles. A lot of people ask, why do humans have such, big bums, big thighs, especially women and so on? This is one of the most important muscles in the body because they are used for a lot of things. When you squat, they are there to help us up and down, when we jump, when we walk, to keep a balanced body posture. It is those thigh muscles and the bum that do that job. And also, most important, storage of all that adipose tissue, the fat that is carbohydrate. So we need to appreciate them. As you just move up the groin area, checking yourself out, the tummy. Now, as you leave the lower torso, I expect it's now as still as it is possible. Noticing the rise and fall of your tummy as you breathe in and breathe out. The rise and fall of your chest. Noticing the presence of your back, where it is touching the chair or the sofa or the bed if you're sleeping. Being aware that your shoulders are there, carrying that burden of your head and neck. Check them out. How are you doing, my shoulders? You will be surprised if you do this welfare check that your body will respond very kindly. Your upper arms. And you check out your lower arms. Your wrists. I know you didn't forget to check your elbows. And your hands. The hands do fantastic job. And if you do not have hands, do not panic. It is God who made that happen, and we can only appreciate what we have got. If we learn to be grateful of what we have and not what we don't have, then it will lessen the amount of distress and stress that we put on ourselves. In as much as we would want to have every body part, it's not all of us happening to us in life. Well, it might appear that it was your fault, but I want to assure you, you maybe just played a little part. The majority of it was beyond your control. What it was meant to be, and it is now what it is, because it was meant to be what it is. As you turn to your neck, I usually tend to flex my neck, right ear to the right shoulder, left ear to the left shoulder, and just tilting backwards and tilting it forwards. Whenever I notice some tension, try to squeeze the muscle, taking a deep breath. And as I breathe out, I just say to myself, relax. And I relax. As you turn to your face, remember a lot of the emotions, the general emotions are noticed and expressed via the face. Fear, you can easily see it, detect it on the face. Anger, You can easily detect it on the face. Enjoyment on the face. Surprise on the face. Disgust on the face. Contempt on the face. Sadness, and sometimes even shame, you can see it on the face. But the problem with shame is that sometimes blushing can be caused by a few other things. So just relax the face muscle. Usually I will attempt a smile if I feel my face is tense. A smile will help soften the face. Now as the whole body is now still, we turn to our minds. And the mind can be troublesome to silence or to keep still. And for sure, the mind is constantly thinking, it's constantly at work, it doesn't rest. But it is very easy to make still. And you can do it by just letting the mind be the mind. Don't chase it, don't question it, don't prompt it. Just let it be what it is. And within some few minutes, it will be calm and still. If you continue to poke it, it won't be still. It's like a pond. If you want the water to be still, you don't throw stones into it continuously. It's like the tree. If you want the leaves to be still, you don't need air to be blowing them. Just let it be what it is. And I'm going to be silent now. And the next time you hear me talking, it will be to signal the end of our meditation. And just continue to sit still in mind and body. And let the warmth of joy, the comfort, the stillness, the satisfaction, the peace come over you. And let the healing take its own course. And may God be with you. Now, as we come to the end of our meditation, 20 minutes goes really fast, isn't it? You're just thinking, where did 20 minutes go? This is what happens when your mind and body are sitting peacefully and quiet, silently, just letting things be what they are. Time flies. It never stops. And you will enjoy it. So, before we open our eyes, make a quick reflection of the experience, how it felt. What did you achieve in body and mind? And as you open your eyes, give yourself a rewarding smile. Say, yeah, 20 minutes, you've managed to sit silently, calmly, quietly, to enjoy the pleasure of being quiet and still in both body and mind. And yes, thank you. So 20 minutes, 20 minutes adzina kumboreba. 20 minutes adzina kureba. Try 1 hour. You'll find that even 1 hour, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And good evening, Rosemary. Gondo kunyanga kuti muri mushere munhu waMwari. And thank you very much for watching and coming to be with me tonight. So that we want to talk about trauma. We want to talk about trauma. And I'm going to kutsvaga zita rechishona kuti trauma inganzi. By the way, I'm also broadcasting live on YouTube. So you can signpost your friends and family to chase me on YouTube. And on YouTube you find me and EvangMangwende again, or just type Mangwende on YouTube and you'll find me. Now, on YouTube I put a topic here kuti kutambudzika kunorwadzisa pfungwa uyezve nemuviri, trauma. It's a challenging term. Shona munongoiziva ine mazwi rimwe chete rinogona kureva zvinhu zvakawanda, but I doubt that we have got a Shona word for trauma, and I don't know if we have got an Ndebele word for trauma. If it is there on the comments box, please feel free to throw it in there. So trauma, I know we can talk about PTSD as kupedzera pacho zvinozoitika kana munhu aita trauma. We're not going to talk about PTSD today, that is post-traumatic stress disorder. But I want to talk about trauma, that type of trauma that will lead into PTSD. Can we prevent trauma? Now, I was thinking about myself. I will tell you, ndakakura munguva yehondo, and munguva yehondo yandakakura inini, I remember about a couple of times when we were under attack almost for a couple of hours, if not more than that, with guns and grenades or bombs, you might want to call them, mabazooka, achikandwa achidonhera all around, and you don't have anything. Hauna pfuti iwewe, pfuti dzine vamwe vanhu vari kukunzo, and they are trying their best to defend you, and anything can happen. I tell you, there is nothing as traumatizing as not being sure whether you are going to see the day tomorrow. You do not know what is going to happen. And I feel sorry, and my heart goes out to people who, when you hear their town, their city is being bombarded, or when I hear that someone has been taken hostage, and they just been abducted, they've disappeared, you don't know where they are, and they are unsure whether they will see the day tomorrow. That is quite traumatizing. Anything that happens and causes pain to the body and to the mind is traumatic, can cause trauma. That's why in my hospitals mutori netrauma ward vanotozoti uku ndokunouya kunoenda vanhu vanenge vabva mumaaccidents emotikari kana kuti vanenge vabva certain types of incidents. They go into there to be attended to, so that they make sure that the body is taken care of, including the psychology or the psychiatric bit of the brain is also taken care of. So anything that causes suffering of the mind and body can be referred to as traumatic or causing trauma. So there is a lot of things that we are talking about. Is this something that we can prevent? Now, what causes suffering to the mind and to the body? Just think of that usiku futi tichirira, under attack, and you don't know whether the next bomb is gonna fall through the roof, whether it's gonna come through the window. The body has no injury, but the mind is under pressure. Traumatizing. Just imagine that time uri kuchikoro, teacher wachitaura kuti pana apa munhu asingaproduce this much, apa chikwedu unopisa, haana kurova, haana kuita sei, but just talking. What more waizorohwa? Traumatizing. Think of that person boarding the first day. In our country, Zimbabwe, people downplay this. Manyunyu permission. Kutoita story in a book, manyunyu permission. Just imagine how scared you were after hearing all those stories. This is what happens when your first day at the boarding school. Wakomana nevasikana vese. Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, especially Form 3 and Form 4, targeting vasikana vema Form 1 vachiri kungouya. Just imagine how traumatizing that is, or that was. Just imagine baba vako vachikuvharira panze just because mombe dzadya kumunda. Just imagine that abuse by a brother, by a sister, by an aunt, sexually, or physically, psychologically. Kunyimwa kudya unzi nhasi hamuna kuita basa zvakanaka, asi kutengera hembe dzepaChristmas. Just imagine that day when mwana akauya achibva kuchikoro, ndarohwa naticha. Uri kutoripota kuti warohwa naticha, tora shamu, wakumurohwa zvakare. Munorohwa because munonetsa seri mune musikanzwa. Hauna kuteerera his story, hauna kuteerera her story. Just imagine that day when that child came to you reporting that rape, reporting that abuse. pane mukomana andibata zamu, pane mukomana andibata garo. Anditi ye munonyanya kupfeka tumahembe twenyu tunosiya machesi ari panze, munonyanya kupfeka maminiskirt, munoti wakomana wacho wangakuite sei, munoti vasikana wangaite sei. Just imagine. Just think of it. Think of it. Just imagine that day uri parally. Ndakamboita imwe rally yakamboitika when I was at Nyadiri. Students akafenda. Kufenda, so not kuti kufenda nekutonga nenzara. But because of the language that was being used by the war veterans. Imagine, muchitaurirwa muri pamusangano so. Muri kuva namapurisa haana kana simba, kana ivo mapurisa achitogona kuarova futi, ende hapana zvavanotiita. Muri kuona certificate iyi, pamwe mungafunga kuti ndeye kunyepa. A certificate to kill. I've got a certificate to kill. Kana muri kufunga kuti handida chekuuraisa futi. Just imagine that incident. Just imagine musi uya wakati madhamu wangobvunza kuti baba omwana manonoka kusvika pamba zvezvakanaka here, uda kunditonga panapa iwe, handitonge nemunhu wandakabhadharira mombe inini, handitonge nemunhu wandakabhadharira pfuma inini, ukada kutonererwa ndakutokuzvambaradza, munhu akutorohwa, akutotsvuka, akutobva mazino. Just imagine. Imagine kubasa. Iwe uri kuti ndiri kusenza, ndiri kuitawo basa zvakanaka. But then the manager, the boss, shouts at you, invalidates you, does not recognize you. Imagine when you arrive at a workplace, no one even says good morning, Kuda. They say good morning to everybody else. When you say hi guys, they are silent. Just imagine. Pepe wakabatwa garo na boss. Just think of it. Think of it. I'm just asking you. I'm talking about trauma. Think about it. Anything that causes suffering, pain to the body or to the mind causes trauma. But all these things that I have said here, are they preventable? Is there something that you can do? Is there something that I can do? Is there something that we can do? The answer is yes. There's a lot that we can do. There's a lot that we can do to prevent trauma from developing into something bad. Yes, we can have trauma, but it can, if we deal with the trauma at the time that it happens, and we deal with decisively and appropriately and effectively, then our minds and our body are bound to adapt, are bound to cope and live on and move on. Do you have nightmares? what is the content of your nightmares? Do you have flashbacks? And what is the content of your flashbacks? Do you have recurring thoughts? And what is the content of your recurring thoughts? Do you have fears? And what are you afraid of? What is feeding what is feeding the fear? Do you have anger issues? What is driving the anger? Do you have anxiety issues? What is driving the anxiety? Are you avoiding things? What is driving the avoidance? Are there certain people, certain situations, certain topics, certain environments, certain programs that you cannot face up to? What is driving that? Where did it come from? Is it something that could be addressed now? Could we have prevented it? The answer is yes, on both ends. I said today we are not going to talk about the outcomes of unresolved trauma. We're just talking about, can we prevent trauma? And I said the answer is yes. Now listen, I've told you a story before. Two parents. Mudala ne mwana mu supermarket. Cannot am I? Because there are single mothers out there. There are also single fathers out there. They are married and so on. A dad or a mother is in the supermarket with a child. Berg A ane mwana wake. Mwana over aputsa bottle rinodhura zvinoshura kubva pashelf. It can be a perfume bottle, or it can be a wine bottle, or anything expensive. Braga! Parent A responds with an angry face and says, "You stupid child." Not even mentioning their name. "You stupid child. What have you just done? You can't be careful, clumsy. Now look, what pins up our expense, man." That is parent A. Parent B, on the other aisle, the child drops an item, breaks, turns around, is surprised. And he's angry too because of what has just happened. And he says, "Kuda, that was a stupid thing to do." Now I want you to look at these two parents. Parent A says, "You're a stupid child." Parent B says, "That was a stupid thing to do." Now, if you listen to the response by parent A and parent B, parent A has caused damage to an already traumatized child for breaking something in a supermarket. How embarrassing and how bad is that child feeling already? And for the parent to say, you are a stupid child. Just look at what you have done. Parent B, although he's disappointed and he's angry, he understands my child is already suffering, is traumatized by what they have done. And I don't have to embarrass them more. I don't have to traumatize them more. And instead, he does not target the person. He targets the behavior. I will tell you. Child in A, possibly the rest of his life will remember that incident and possibly will need treatment, or even he will be a very, very stupid person in life. He will feel very worthless, useless, unvalued, unvalidated. He's clumsy, doesn't do anything that is fruitful. But child B understands, oh, what I did was stupid, but it doesn't mean I am stupid. So he addresses the behavior. He addresses how he handles things on shelves next time. And he feels confident to address that. Now, let me ask you, my brothers and my sisters, fellow brethren here, how have you responded when a fellow brethren came to you with a problem? Someone comes to you that woneswa nhamo munonyanya kutaurisa wemimi ndosaka muchifangurwa ndosaka muchigara muchirohwa. By the way, there are people who don't deserve to be beaten. No one deserves aggression from no one. We all deserve to be loved. And this is the word of the Lord. Loving, kindness, forgiveness, empathy, compassion, warm-heartedness. This is something that every being deserves. And to not acknowledge my brothers and sisters, somebody comes to you reporting that they have been raped. We cannot start off responding by saying, it is because munonyanya kupfeka miniskirt kana munonyanya kupfeka tight trousers. Hazvisiri izvo zvinoita kuti munhu, it's not a gateway to rape or abuse someone. No, it isn't. Our response should not put a blame on the person who has suffered abuse. Chero kudzingwa basa chaiko chaiko. Munhu akauya kumba achitaura kuti ndadzingwa basa. Mwana ari kuuya kumba achitaura kuti maresults haana kubuda zvakanaka. Haisitembe kutaura kuti ndakutaurira kuti kutamba sitereki. No. When somebody brings a problem, the first thing that we can do is always to validate. And by validation, I mean by showing that you have got concern over their welfare and you want to listen and offer support and help if it is possible. That's all you need to do. not to blame them, not to fault them. Just imagine the people of Kuwadzana. Tainzwa kuti vanhu vekukuwadzana ndivo vari kukonesa mvura kunaya. Taingodaidza masoja kuti kombai murove. Just imagine how traumatizing that is. How it feels at that time. We all deserve to be validated, to be listened to. And trauma is something that is preventable. If we know what to say when somebody who has been abused either mentally or physically approaches us. If you do not know what to say, it's best not to say anything. Maybe to just say, "Oh my God, let us phone the police." Or let us go and find mfundisi. Kwetoti kweiwongo uchafambirei usiku. Kufamba usiku hakuite, it's not a passport kuti munhu aitwe mugged. No. We have got freedom of movement. And when we walk at night, it is unfortunate that sometimes we walk at night and we get mugged. But to start piling blame on somebody because they have been mugged nekufamba usiku. Togara chikuudza kuti motikari service motikari. Amuservice motikari. No, munhu atoita accident. This is not time to put blame when someone is experiencing trauma. It is time to validate them. It is time to listen to them. And we can stop the development of trauma to post-traumatic stress disorder. I said, look at your fears. What is your nightmare? What is the content of your nightmares? You don't sleep. What is keeping you awake all the time? You complain of flashbacks. What is the content of those flashbacks? Sleep paralysis. What is the content of that sleep paralysis? Recurrent thoughts. What is the content of those recurrent thoughts? You're avoiding. You're anxious. You are this. What is that? Is it because there is trauma in the background? It could be trauma. But it's never too late. It is never too late. Because trauma, once it has happened, it is unfortunate that what the mind and body, how the mind and body is designed to do is to capture data. It's like that tablet you've got in front of you, that phone you've got in front of you, that computer you got in front of you, that laptop, whatever. Those things, what they do is to capture data. When you type, they are capturing and they keep it. And sometimes for years. You see dead computers. That's why companies don't give away their computers easily until they are sure they've really, really cleaned them. They would rather go and crash them because they know they contain lots of data in the hard drives. That's the same with our minds. That's the same with our body. The unfortunate events that we have witnessed or that we have gone through in life, our bodies do not forget them. They will remember. And the mind also will remember. And these things, if they are not dealt with, they will revisit us at some point. Let me tell you, my dear brothers, it is trauma can be prevented by knowing what to do. Wabereki, mwana hati akabva kuchikoro onzi naye dza, manje pano tinotokurova futi kudarika zvaitwa kuchikoro. Mwana achaziva kuti saka kune utiziro ndekupi. Kuchikoro ari kurohwa, kumba ari kuthreatenwa, kana ukada kuuya uchiripota zvekurohwa kuchikoro kuno tinokudhira newe futi. So both ends kune trauma. You can't trust the teachers. You can't also rely on the parents. And what does that child end up doing? Unonzwanzi mwana kuchikoro pamwe ari kunonoka, kana kuti ari kusvova kuchikoro, kana kuti kuchikoro kwacho haasi kutoenda. And tochakamupa mhosva futi, we don't investigate where this has started. Because maybe we know it will come back to bite us, to say, ipo pai pamaindityidzira ndakashaya kuti zvinopa ndinonomhangana ndikuti I would rather not go to school and pretend I'm going to school, or they just pretend they go to school and they are quiet. They start withdrawing. Once maticha akutanga kuti mwana wenyu paakatanga chikoro akanga achidai, but mazuva I don't know what is happening, because kumba kwacho kune ma1. That's why teachers today are taught to identify abuse as early as possible. Why is it mwana chachigondora grade 5 achiri kuuya achinhuhwa weti kuchikoro? A teacher who is up to speed should investigate that, should take the child and sit with them down and ask what is happening. Grade 7 mwana anoita inda dzinenge dzichidonha musoro. A good teacher should pick that up. What is happening? Not kuti manje panapa uya muchidonha enda tokurova ipana kwakutomurova futi. Mwana kutaura kuti this teacher does not even understand why I have got lice in my hair. Kumba kwedu hakuna kana sipo. Baba wangu uchigona mubhawa, amai vangu vanogara vachirohwa uku, saka hatitombowani nguva yekuti titombotaura kana nezvekuti sipo panapa. There is a lot of abuse happening, and that child kuchikora ari kurohwa, kumba kuna abuse. Hapana woshava kuti mwana anonzi ari mugrade 5 has committed suicide, and people begin to wonder, how can a child commit suicide? I heard the story of a child about 12 years, I think, because amai vake vaigara zvinomuti wakashata stereke nditaike tisina mutombokode uri wakatouya uri mistake iwewe, all this and that and ndiwo rotokonzera kutambudzika kwangu. And a mother saying that to a child, and the child decided on her birthday, the mother's birthday, to take her own life, and left a suicide note to say, I'm giving you a good present, I'm gone, I think you are free. I can tell you, the teachers missed something. The parents also did know something. The bigger family, the community, missed something. Did they not know? Maybe they knew. Why did they not act? Did they doubt what they could do and could not do? Possibly. My dear brethren, trauma is preventable. At some point, we'll move on to talk about PTSD. What happens after trauma? If we do not address the initial trauma, what happens? I said, just check yourself. What do you dream about? And what fuels those dreams? Do you have nightmares? What is the content of your nightmare? Do you have recurrent thoughts? Every week, 3, 4, 5 times a week, or not a week, or possibly 3, 4, 5 times a day, the same thought is coming up all the time. You can't sleep. What's keeping you awake? You can't associate. You can't talk about certain subjects. You can't go to certain places. You can't do certain things. You are avoiding. What is causing that? Could it be because of trauma? It is preventable. I said, in ndakakura environment yehondo, nguva yehondo, but andina, it was traumatic, but there was a way of dealing with trauma which helped us not develop post traumas. There is something that you can do, but first and foremost, it is preventable. Let us do everything within our powers. Let me tell you, my dear brother and sister, fellow brethren, I have spoken, guilt sometimes can be very, very damaging to ourselves. Let me say, you know what? So iwewe twako tuyoti usafunga kuti kwakanyanyisa steri. Hapana mutsvene pano, even shoko raMwari rinotaura kudaro. Jesu chaiye anoramba kuti why do you call me good? He says, you know, you can't call me good. Hapana mutsvene pano. So if you are guilty because you've done something bad, and that is what is causing you nightmares and you can't sleep, let me tell you, all you need to do is keep watching, keep following me on Instagram, on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. We will be talking. It's almost 1 year now that I've been teaching mindfulness, kudzora murangariro, meditation, kugadzikana kwepfungwa. I've been teaching these things. Prayer, contemplative prayer. How do we pray meaningfully to God? We have been doing these things. It's almost a year plus. You might think hazvina basa. Hanzi vamwe vakaudzwa hondo, macheso akaimba. Nemunhu anoshoreka kunzi upi uya anotaura anorwara, but wakateerera wakapora. Shoko raMwari rinototaura kuti, you know what? Our role is to sound the trumpet, to say danger is on its way. It is up to you to take it or not. Because inini pakunge ndatopedza zvandatotaura ndatotaura. Kana uri mubereki anoita basa kushaudha vana, kana ukaramba uchishaudha vana uchitaura kuti mwana uyu, you are a stupid child, you know what you're causing damage. Mwana hatukwi umunhu hwake, kunotukwa zviito. Behavior is what we pointed. Kana baba chaiwo havatukwe umunhu hwavo, kunotukwa zviito. Kana amai havatukwe umunhu hwavo, vanotukwa zviito. Kana vasenzi kubasa, tiri maboss and hatituke vanhu neunhu hwavo, asi kuti zviito. We target the behavior because the behavior is what we want to change. Just think of someone you can call, you know, as a criminal. Ari mujeri kutaura kunoku. Anyone you know kuti andinguya uyo criminal ari mujeri kutaura kunoku. I will tell you, look for kuti zvinhu zvingani zvaakatadza. maybe uchaona kuti ichocho one chaakatadza ipapo akasungwa akapinda mujeri. But sekumuziva kwaunoita mukati meupenyu, kurima chaiko chaiko airima zvakanaka, mumaraini mumwe aitogarisanawo zvakanaka nevamwe vanhu, pane zvimwe zvinhu zvakanaka zvaaitoita. Iwe une rake kuti hausati wapiwa zvako tiketi, asi hazvinoti hausipinde murodhi bai. Tokuzivai vamwe wenyu nenyaya yekumhanya murodhi zvisingaite, hausati wangoitawo. So ukaona apiwa tiketi, haikuna kuda kuva lebhura kuti munonyanya kumhanya. Ukaona munhu asungwa, haikuna kuti taimbovataurira vaiwai kuti chichi. We are both criminals. It's only that our levels nemarates and munyama wedu kusangana nemapurisa wangosiyana. So we need to validate one another. It's very crucial and it's very, very important. Guilt yatinoita nekuda kuti tiri vatadzi. Let me tell you, I've told this story of a 1,000 brick walls. Kwele changu che 1,000 bricks. Only 3 bricks dzainge dziri out of order caused me a lot of suffering and pain inside me, thinking, how on earth could these 3 bricks? It happens. Kana musoro yedu ichitadza kunyatsoprocessa, pfungwa dzedu dziri kuita dambudziko rekunyatsoprocessa zvakanaka, tiri kuona zvakanaka, tinoona zvakaipa zvishoma, ipo paine zvakanaka zvakawanda. And that can be really, really traumatizing. Madhamu anogara uchibika zvakanaka nguva dzese, nhasi wakapisa, chatoo chamutengo revhiri rengoro. Ngatiitei vanhu, ngatinzwisisanei, ngatichengetanei, ngatibatanei zvakanaka, ngatibatei vana zvakanaka, ngatibatei maneighbor zvakanaka, hama dzedu, vana tete, vana amai guru, maaunt, maniece, mastepfather, mastepmother, vachi. Let us learn to live together. Kwete kuti tichazozviona zvapoya neparutivi. Let us learn to address behaviors now, and let us learn to listen, to validate, and to appreciate, and to help and to support, to cheerlead. This is what will reduce the impact of trauma. Ukaona munhu chaiye akasvika muhospital akakuwara zvisingaite, they want to manage the pain as quickly as possible by giving them IV pain relief, vana morphine wai vanopiwa vari muliquid kuti munhu asanyanye kurwadziwa, because kuramba achirwadziwa will be damaging the body and damaging the mind, and kana imwe nguva vanotobva vaitoindusa coma, so that they go into oblivion and totally 0 pain. It's because they understand kuti trauma ikaramba ichienda inosvika pamwe painopedzisira yaita out of control and it becomes damaging. So what does the evangelist say? He says trauma is preventable. It is preventable. And please don't forget to meditate, to be mindful, and to pray. And remember to be loving and to be kind, to be forgiving and to be empathic, to be compassionate and to be warm-hearted. And may God bless you. And amazivapo kumbula ukubhalisa ukuvota for 2023. Let us remember to register to vote for 2023 or any by-elections coming about. And what are we going to vote for? Change. We are going to vote for change. Something that is different. That's what we are going to vote for.